All right. Well, we're not going to overthink this too much. We're just going to hop into it. One of the things that I feel like surprises me the most is that, when I talk with a lot of my clients, I'm always shocked by the amount of them that haven't really seen our work or don't really know it that well. I think it's just a little bit sobering to realize that sometimes the things that we put so much energy and pressure on aren't the things that actually open up doors, create opportunities for ourselves. It's sometimes the simpler things, the more human things that have opened up the most opportunities, at least speaking for myself.
Oh my God. All right, make it social, bar scene, take one.
What I want, even for myself as a reminder, is that by showing up and doing the really hard things, developing skills that we don't often think matter, are the ones that kind of matter the most. A little story. When I was in high school, I've been a solid B student, and school was never really that hard for me. It was easy peasy. It came pretty naturally. But the one subject that I felt the most ignorant in, the most ashamed of, was English. I got a lot of D's and I got a few F's, and I think I started to fix my mindset around the fact that I'm not a smart person just based on the fact that English was so hard for me. I struggled with grammar, I struggled with communicating points, connecting thoughts, comprehension, reading, and especially growing up, I felt like it was nerdy to, want to read or to, be smart. The point that I really want to kind of connect to is writing and reading have been two of the best things I've kind of done for my creative career. A lot of us creatives will put a lot of emphasis on, say, like a demo reel or a website. What I'm realizing is that people want to connect with me. They connect with you first. I'd like to think that probably a lot of my clients feel that I'm a friend, or I'm an extension of who they are, or I'm truly a partner and that I care about their success. And the truth is, I do. When I get involved with a client, I'm kind of all in. Like, I'm a curious person. My superpower has been curiosity, asking questions, getting deeply involved. A lot of that has come from reading a lot more, getting better at comprehension, getting better at speaking, talking, communicating points. When I set out to, build a business, I never thought that writing would be such a pivotal thing. But the thing I like about writing the most is it's very hard to do. It's so incredibly hard. It's so intimidating because communicating a point takes so much energy to reflect and to think and criticize. And there are so many things that I just haven't hit publish on because I'm like, just doesn't feel right yet. But in writing, I've found that that's how I've connected with people the most. It hasn't been in making a crazy demo reel and updating my website. Those things matter. They do. But the things that have opened the most doors for me has been getting better at these other skills. A lot of it is I've made a piece of art. I'm proud of that piece of art. And now I want to find a way to communicate the passion, the experience, the pitfalls, the learned lessons, the pride that I have for that. There's all this advice around sales and conversion and all of this stuff. And all of that advice works and it makes sense. But I think it's a matter of finding what's sustainable for you. I just want to help people tell their story. I want to make visuals that I'm proud of. I want to get to know people and use that curiosity that I have to tell that story. If you look at our work, sure, we have packages. Sure, I do sales. But so much of it is from a standpoint of asking good questions. I think some of my best clients are ones that would probably describe me in the beginning as a little bit confrontational or questioning their ideas. I don't think we're easy to work with, but I also think that lack of ease to work with is exactly why our clients love working with us, because I'm advocating for what the best idea is, slowing things down to kind of get to the right thing. That all comes from all these invisible soft skills, brand building, things that I've done for myself, things that I've done for other clients trends that I see, things that I read about. And it's this kind of all-encompassing thing. Everyone wants an easy button. When it comes to content marketing versus filmmaking, like they're two totally different things, but again, they should shake hands. It's not about one thing being better than the other. It's about finding the thing that you need right now and realizing that they serve different purposes in your business, in your band, in your marketing, in your advertising, and whatever it is, the foundations are all the same. All of it works. It's a matter of finding what works for you. When I make one of these videos, it forces me to think through these things. It forces me to put words to my thoughts. And when I do that, it becomes a little bit more concrete. I become a little bit more confident. It's not like I started out great at writing or great at speaking. These were skills that I gained by doing them over and over. I built the reps, I did the reps, and they get a little easier the more you do them. The same can be said for storytelling, for filmmaking, for any practice. You got to put in the hours and the effort. And it's so easy to look at someone else and compare yourself to them. I think we overcomplicate things a lot of the time. It's like, it's better to just kind of do those things, to experiment around with them, and then collect that data and reflect on it. I've always been a long caption writer. I love more than anything when I start working with a client and they have really read through those sort of things. I pour my heart into my writing. My writing is probably the thing that makes me the most proud. And when my writing converts to a sale, I feel seen, heard, and appreciated. And I start on the right foot with a client because they're like, it seems like you care. It just brings me so much joy because that is a huge part of, being an artist. It's like, I'm a filmmaker, and to make a beautiful image is really fun and really rewarding. But to use my curiosity to learn about a client in those early calls and the pre-production, and then to take that into production and still keep that curiosity all the way through. And to know that that is like my super skill, I'm grateful that I developed those skills. Whether it's building a personal brand or marketing yourself or telling your story, the steps are all the same and they're all similar and they're all very easy. But to actually do it is another thing. And the problem that I feel like I get to solve with curiosity is that they're really looking for something deeper. They want to be sustainable. They want their brand to be successful long-term. Helping them unlock like the confidence to tell their story, the bravery to kind of get out there and be vulnerable. And those are always the projects that like keep me excited in these things. Those are the clients that are the most successful. There's so much less resistance. There's so much more creativity, and it's just more fulfilling work. If I was to like synthesize it down, as like, if you're creative right now, don't over-index on the work so much or on the demo reels or the portfolios. Give them less weight and step out there and think about what your story is, who you are, what your uniqueness is. Nothing makes me feel better than when I'm not hired as a DP or as a production company, but I'm hired because it's like, you feel like the one person for the job because of the way you think about these things. You're not competing at that point against like just the portfolios that can all look very similar and can be dictated by so many different client expectations. When you get chosen because of your heart, your intention, your mind, your thinking, gosh, that feels amazing. And if you're a business, or a band that's trying to do this marketing and storytelling thing right, be brave with your story. Doing the work to put out a story that matters, that feels like you, that you can endorse is very difficult to do. But get started, try it, learn, make mistakes, be messy. And I think at the end, your story actually starts to unfold through all those mistakes and that messiness. There's just a whole volume of boring, sterilized sameness right now on the internet. This is like the prime time to lean into doing something totally different. And you're gonna be so much more satisfied with that story because you told your story, your way, the way that you wanted to tell it. And that is huge. I hope this was helpful. If there's something that sparks a thought, then fantastic. But just wanted to get this out of my head and into the world, and maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't. Anyway, I appreciate you giving me your time, and until next time. If there's like one thing that I feel like I tell people all the time is like consistency will beat creativity every single time. If you start to build a reputation one way and then you start to change that up just because like you have a bigger client and you're going to flex a little more, or you have a smaller client and you think you can like cut some corners, it starts to show. I feel like I'm a very unconfident person. So that's why I've always kind of gravitated towards building teams, because when I have kind of more people to kind of veto things or say this isn't working, that's kind of my check and balance of like, oh, I'm doing a bad job right now. I can do better.